sure I've already got at least one person. It says your event is starting. Howdy y'all, this is the Butcher Man, here with some Farming Simulator 15. Gonna be playing on Coldborough Park Farm today, because that is what my subscribers requested. At least the subscribers that watch my streams, that's what they requested. If anybody's wondering about why it wasn't on my channel all day, I wasn't 100% sure I was even going to be here for this one. Work might have, or I thought maybe work was going to get in the way, but it didn't, of course. We're going to go ahead and start out with new subscribers. We got I got 4 on my list today. I got Mitchell McAllister, George 110, Dave Bailey, and Michael Moore. So that's a good start. It's a good start. We're up to 46 now. In case anybody's wondering, we're up to 46 on my counter, and to me, that's amazing. So let's go ahead and kick this off. I had somebody, when they suggested this, they said I should get in here and then give myself $1 million and then let the subscribers decide what I buy. So this farm does already come with like so much stuff. I mean, just tons of stuff already. Lots of tractors. I definitely think I want to get rid of this combine. I don't really like this little combine. It just takes entirely too long to do fields. So I think that's probably going to be the first thing we do, is to just simply get rid of this combine. We're going to give ourselves $1 million. We might as well at least, you know, have a little bit of fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, Richard says, howdy y'all. I did really get a kick out of that. That is my favorite phrase. My second favorite thing to say, I guess, is, I don't really say it that much, but I'd like to. I always forget. If somebody asks me, it just says, how are you? I've come out with, I don't even know where I got it. I started to say, they say, how are you? I said, fair to middling. And of course my wife looked at me and she's like, what does that even mean? I said, well, fair to middling means, you know, fair is pretty good and middling is just, you know, mediocre. So you say fair to middling, that means you're doing above average. Let's see, come to think of it, is there anything else we need to sell on the way down there? This little bitty tractor, I don't really like that tractor. That little 4.75. It's only 75 horse. If I'm gonna have 75 horse, you know, I think we'll get rid of that. New Holland. These aren't too bad. I do like that tractor. I use that one quite a bit. We could probably get rid of this New Holland and the loader that goes with it, whatever's on it. They both $2,700. What else? Buy the case axial flow in the Maastricht. What's the Maastricht? For $0. Buy the case axial flow in the Maastricht for. I don't really know what that is. What's a Maastricht? Maastricht. You'll have to explain that to me in a second. What exactly you're talking about. So yeah, let's see if we can find that tractor. Is it this one? 6.160. I don't think it's that one. I think it's this one. Yep. And of course my pedals, I've got to be doing that trick thing again where they don't really like to be the right way. I give it a little bit of gas pretty much constantly. I still don't know how to fix that. I think it's just a glitch. Buy the case axial flow. Talking about the combine, I'm assuming. Case axial flow combine. You're talking about one of these? I have these two. And I also have mod. modded cases of these two, which are actually cheaper. And I have a big John Deere, but the header kind of a little bit more difficult to get around, so I don't know if this map would be very good. And you want me to get the free Massey? I guess we could probably do that. I think we'll settle up in a minute as far as the buying goes. I think these are definitely the two things we want to sell right away. I hate this little bitty tractor because you got to put a weight on the back of it anyway, and even then the bucket's so small, and it's really a pain to try to keep this tractor because there's not a lot it can do. I mean, it's struggling to get up this hill even, so we don't really need that. Yeah, it looks like the first thing we're going to buy is a case axial flow and a Massey Ferguson. The free Massey Ferguson, so we're not really buying it. But I don't know where everybody else is. I think YouTube doesn't really calculate very well. Because, like, I know Richard's in here, but that my YouTube says that my concurrent viewers is 0. So YouTube, I don't know. From what I've been told, what I've heard, they're still working on the YouTube streaming thing, since YouTube's fairly new to the game streaming media. So I'd say they have a long ways to go before they start competing with Twitch. I've never streamed on Twitch. I've thought about it. I was actually thinking about it the other day as to whether I wanted to do that. I do like that truck. I think we'll trade that truck for a Ford, one of the Ford mods I have. We might could do that here in a bit too, but we don't really use it much, so we'll probably just, you know, we might not even do that today. Now you said you caught my video. I'm assuming the one that I did last night. I did a stream last night for like an hour, and I removed the stone look from the overlay. And now it was just the names. I'm pretty sure there's an overlay on this one too. It should just say Coldborough Park Farm and some kind of cool lettering. We'll just have him follow us down there. This isn't really ideal, having driving a combine with a header down the road, but yeah, if you watched my stream last night, the hour-long stream I did last night, on Donegal, we do now have 50 cows, so we're quite a ways on that. And then, what else did I do? Ooh boy, I don't want to go because it's going to mess up the tractor behind me. Come on, traffic. But we started doing some grass work, but when I dumped the grass in the pit, it didn't show up, so I'm concerned there may be some issues there. I don't want to keep dumping it in there and then come to find out, because I'm assuming what it is, the plane, like the fill plane, is probably below the ground to where you can't see it. That's what I would guess is going on there. I planned on doing this, like all this, like selling what I wanted to sell before I started streaming, but I didn't get around to it. I did that stuff last night, and then I even forgot to do the plan an event or whatever, schedule an event. So that's pretty much why it didn't say that I was doing a stream at 3 o'clock. Hopefully they didn't throw anybody off. It kind of looks like it did, since there's really nobody in here. Yep, I'm gonna buy the Massey. Just give me a minute. I don't know why he's driving so slow back there. He should be going faster than me. Kind of weird that he's going super slow. Yeah, I think once we get to the store, we're gonna sell these two things, and then we'll buy. We'll get that Massey, and then we'll buy the axial flow combine. Now I have the 2 modded combines, and I like them better than normal combines, but the question I have for you is the difference between the 2 is one of them has dual tracks on it. Oh, the one has dual tracks on it, and I'm not sure. I don't think that one would look very good, to be honest. I like the looks of it, but it's not very realistic, because the outside tracks always collide with stuff. There's no collision on it. Oops, that's not the right button. What did I just do? Apparently I just broke the game. Really? I'm pretty sure Coldborough Park Farm did this to me a while back too, where I sold something and it just like broke the game. That's upsetting. Yeah, it won't let me do anything. All I can do is just look around, really stuttery. Like it won't even let me exit out. I'm gonna have to Alt-Tab and close the program and all that good stuff. I don't know why it would do that. That is weird. Just hang in there with me. I don't know why it does that. I'm pretty certain it did that. It says failed to start game, app already running. The app's not already running, I shut it down. Steam probably just hadn't shut it down yet. Come on. See, this is what happens. Let's see. It says it's running. It's not running. I shut it off. There it goes. Sometimes Steam takes a little bit to catch up. Get with the one without the dual tracks. Okay. Well, that means that that pretty much means the combine's back up at the farm. We can try to take something else down there again and sell it, but I don't know. I'm not real confident it's even going to work. That's fairly upsetting. I don't know why it would do that. I know for a fact it's done that to me before. You know, the combine's back. Let's just, I'm gonna run this tractor down there really quick. It shouldn't take us very long to get it down there. It's a pretty quick little tractor. And then we'll save it really quick and then sell it and see if it does the same thing. Because there may be something wrong with the selling on this thing. Let me check something real quick. What version of this do I have? Pretty sure I have the right version. The up-to-date version. Oh, I don't. That's probably what it is. Let's see. It's not the best time to be trying to download something, but that's not what I'm looking for. Yep, there's a version 1.2 and I have version 1.1. Ain't that just strange? I don't know how long that will take to do though, to download. That might take a little while. Maybe we can jump over something else really quick. That looks like it's probably going to take me a little while to do. We'll quit. Difficulties of doing streaming. If this were recording, it'd be no problem at all. Oh, we'll go ahead and delete that. I didn't actually do anything on there. What else do we have to do? Yeah, that looks like it's going to take a few minutes. What do we want to do? Suppose we could just wait. Hey mate, how's it going? Says Danny Boy. Hey Danny Boy, what's up? We're having a little bit of difficulty here. Apparently I don't have the up-to-date version of Coldborough Park Farm. I had never actually gotten it. So I'm having a few issues. I drove all the way down to the store. If you back up the video you can see, but oh, that's Court Farms. I still don't think that's the right one. Coldborough Park Farm 2015. It says I downloaded it in May. We'll go ahead and delete it anyway. Oops. Because I drove a tractor and a combine down to the store. But then the issue I had was that I sold the combine and it just like broke the game. I'm not really sure. I'm hoping that he fixed that, whatever it was. Give us a tour of your best map. I don't really know what the best map is, per se. It's only like another minute or so before it's downloaded. My download speed's super good. At least I think it's super good. I get like normally 120 to 130 megs download speed, so even downloading a map like Coldborough Park doesn't take very long. I'm assuming that I probably had like an old version. I hadn't necessarily planned on playing it, but I haven't played it in a while. I think it's probably because I went and sold something and it broke the game, so I had to stop playing it. When does it say you uploaded this version? It should say date of upload. I said it was before I got it. I don't know. I guess we'll see. If it breaks the game again, then we probably just won't play on this map. I don't really know what the best map would be. I have Day House. That's not really a popular map, I don't think. I have some videos on it and whatnot, but I don't know why. Like, if that's an issue, and that's what it does for everybody, because I know it's done that to me a couple of times. I might have had I might have had some kind of conflict or something. If there is a conflict, it's probably a mod. I don't know how a mod would mess that up. Yes. No. I know this map's always sketchy when you're loading in. F1. I think we're going to go through the struggle of taking this back down there. Just because I know this is what broke it last time. If it does it again, then, you know, I don't know. If anybody watching this, then, you know, watching this knows what's wrong with it, just shoot me a message or something. But I would say it's, I don't think it'd be the map. If it was the map, I'm assuming Bullet Bill would have fixed it by now. It's probably, most likely it's a mod conflict that I'm not aware of. I might have to do a bit of research or something. That's a hard thing to test though. Basically when I get down here, I'm going to save the game with the combine at the thing. And then, oh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure last time it did that to me, it wasn't, like, I didn't have a follow me vehicle behind me. Like, just then, that tractor was still on follow me, programmed to follow this combine when I sold the combine. But I don't think that's the same scenario as last time it broke the game for me. But, so if this breaks the game again, what do you guys want to play? Or what do you want to see? Richard says that's excellent download speeds. It is pretty good. I mean, I never knew what was good and what wasn't, but 100 and something, 120, 130 megs is really good. I paid decent money for it, but it's still really great. I'm pretty psyched about it. Maybe buy all the mods. Wait, what? Maybe buy all the mods. I don't understand what you're saying. Like on this save game, buy all the mods. I know you have a PC, so that's basically when I say mod conflict. If you have a PC and you download a whole bunch of mods, like my mods folder is just stacked full of a whole bunch of stuff. Basically what a mod conflict is you have a bunch of mods, whatever, in your mods folder, and it won't even be nothing major that it does, and you may never even see it, whatever, but sometimes you have a certain mod in there, and there's a conflict between it and the rest of them. It'll do stuff like that, like, you know, it won't let you sell machinery, or it won't let you sell a certain machinery, or whatever. And like the map Dayhouse Farm, I played on it for a bit, did some videos on it, and there was a mod conflict that since the map Manchester, I have a Manchester map. Since Manchester was in my mods list, it wouldn't let me seed any fields. It broke the seeder basically. Have all your vehicles and tools mods. Chellington Extended. I'm not really sure I want to get into Chellington Extended. I mean, I got a save game like you've seen that's already going there. Basically what I did on it, I've went around and harvested almost all the fields that you start with. I'm not 100% sure I want to jump into that map though. Let's save it real quick. We'll jump out and we'll sell it and see if it breaks our game. Sell that. Everything seems fine. So it lets me sell the header, no problem. And I don't know, let me sell the combine. Apparently the combine is fine. I don't know. Maybe it was that it was on follow me. Maybe that's what like messed it up, like this tractor still being on follow me, like following a vehicle that's no longer in the game, just like made it freak out. You know, I'm not sure. It kind of stinks that we're almost 30 minutes into the stream and I haven't even done anything. I'm redoing the stuff I already, it already did. That was a little bit unexpected. Okay, so yeah, these are the only two vehicles that we want. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, sell this tractor, give ourselves $1 million, and then buy case combine, a header, and get the Massey Ferguson. And then what's the plan here? We're gonna do harvesting. We're gonna do grass work. We got a baler, and I think we might have a tedder too. We could do some grass bales, because we already have 25 cows. Just so you're aware. I think we could just probably make this a thing to where like Fridays will be Subscriber Friday. That's what I could call it, I guess. Subscriber Friday, which basically means that, you know, get my stream, and then I just ask the subscribers what they want, you know, what I should do. 100%. Like during the week, I kind of make the decision. I kind of plan it out, you know, what we're gonna do the Friday stream. You know, we'll have Subscriber Friday. I guess we could have Subscriber Saturday, but the only problem with that is, so during the week, you know, we'll try to percent sure. I'm not real sure I'll be streaming on the weekend. So you'll just have to kind of, you know, keep lookout. Harvest the fields. Alright, so we got lots of fields. That's our fields right there. Pretty sure, yeah, every one of them is planted and every one of them is ready to harvest. Pretty sure all the choices are wheat, barley, canola. We can look over what's what here in a minute. Crazy job on this map, setting it up, getting all the fields planted, getting all the fields fertilized, you know, whatnot. I'm fairly certain they're all fertilized too, like they all start fertilized. But he did, like, if we sell anything, we'll just save the game in case it breaks it. Maybe it was the fact that I was facing a certain direction or something. I don't really want to replicate what I did, but it'd be nice to know what made it do that. Maybe off camera I'll try to like figure out. Alright, so we're gonna get the 9230 crawler, and then I think we'll buy a standard header for it. The case header. We don't have enough money. Oh yeah, I forgot the $1 million. There we go, $1 million. Alright, so we got that. What else was I supposed to get? The Massey Ferguson, which is free. Where did I put it? Massey Ferguson. There we go. This is what tractor you get for free. I'm not even sure where I got this tractor, so it's a pretty decent looking tractor. Not entirely certain why they put it for free on the whatever, but yeah, that's what it looks like. Show the inside here real quick. It's even got IC controls. You can put the steering wheel down. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice tractor. Harvest the field. Alright, we're still on that. Okay, so I'll show you real quick. We'll probably do one at the farm. 9's the biggest. I don't think we'd even get 9 done today. 8, 7, or 6 we could probably do today. Number 2 we could probably finish today. But honestly, with this big combine, we should probably just do 9. That would probably work. Actually, let's leave the combine by itself, and then get another tractor mods, maybe a case limited edition. Case limited edition. We do gotta wait. We can't buy everything right now. What are we looking at? We got this case Puma. Lamborghini. We got this case Puma IH. I guess it's just red. We got that one, the black one. So either the 230 CVX, the red 230 CVX, or the CVX Platinum. I think it's what it is, the Platinum. Wait. We'll go ahead and head up to a field, I think. These cars will get out of the way. Oh man, he's already hung up in traffic back there. Oh, alright. Well, this traffic on this map is vicious. Oh, come on. Seriously. Oh, you know what? I'm not fighting with this traffic with this stupid tractor. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Much better. Platinum case. Alright. Oh, you start out with 2 Marshall trailers. I didn't realize that. Now, last time I played this map, I started it. And when I started it, I didn't actually have the Marshall Mod pack installed. That was kind of a deal. Alright, so you're saying by Platinum? This one. That is a cool tractor. I really like that one. Do we have that bale loading trailer? I think we do. Maybe we don't. But the only way it gives you to pick up bales is a loader, which we won't be doing. I think we'll just reset all this stuff down here. It's gonna be a waste of time to drive it all the way back to the farm. Truck. Whoop, flying. Tractor. What's the limit on those trailers? I need to know for future reference. It'll hold 21,000. That's pretty decent. I was actually thinking it'd be lower than that. This combine though holds quite a bit, I think. This tractor actually sounds really cool. Can we hook another trailer on there? I don't think so. Be nice if we could. That'd be awesome. Oh, what happened? Collisions. Collisions everywhere. Alright. Let's see. Thanks, Butcher, for buying the platinum. No problem. Mark Jackson says, sup. What's up, buddy? How's it going? What you been up to today? Anything real exciting? In the wonderful world of Mark Jackson. We're going to try to get started on this field, I guess. If maybe we can get going. Unfold this. This combine does have a really big tank on it. Maybe once we've done a couple of laps, we might be able to put that tractor on courseplay, but I'm not sure. Courseplay doesn't really work that well on this map. It actually doesn't say how much it holds, but I know it's a lot, comparatively. What are we on? Disable straw swath. Okay, we should be good on straw coming out. Oh, header's caught already. And issues. Lots of issues. That's what happens when you get a big old combine on a map that's designed for a little bitty combine. That's okay. We'll make it. We'll make do. Maybe after the first headland we can put the combine on auto. And then just, you know, weaken whatever you call it, buggy the grain or something. Hi, Mark. Yep, Mark. I think we're one thing we've been discussing, if you're still here, Mark, is this may be like Subscriber Friday, to where on Fridays the subscribers choose what we do. And Richard here, also known as Farm Man Gaming, has decided that it was already decided we were going to start this map and then give ourselves $1 million, and then the subscribers would choose what equipment we buy. And he has decided that we are going to buy, we buy this case combine with a big header, and then a Massey Ferguson, a big Massey Ferguson, and then that case Puma Platinum or whatever. All mods. Even this combine's a mod. It may not look so much like a mod, but it is. It's got an expanded tank on it. I think it's a big part of this mod. I don't remember. I think the normal case is 12,300 liters is all it holds. And we're already over halfway there. We're most of the way there, and we're only at 36%. Pretty sure this thing holds like 20-something%, I believe. Which will definitely help us. We might start getting this on most of our maps. Or I guess I could go in the files and like expand the tanks on all the maps. Or on all the combines. On our modded combines anyway. It just simply helps us harvest faster. You know, you're not limited to ooh, better not go too far. I don't remember if we have a rake or not. I think we do. Pretty sure we have a rake. Let's just check right quick. It's hard to remember what comes with this map because there's so much stuff. We got a little rake. I guess we could always sell that since we have 700,000 still. We could sell that and get the next step up, the like 4 piece rake or whatever, the 4-round rake. Yeah, as far as this weekend goes, I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to stream both Saturday and Sunday, at least a little bit. It kind of depends on what time I get up in the morning and what time to get around and how much stuff I need to do. You know, there's a lot of stuff to do around the house, but some of it can wait. Some of it's not real urgent. I need to do some work outside, and this weekend's supposed to be fairly nice. So that'll be a big factor, I think. $65%. And he can pick something if he wants, Richard, but we don't need to be spending all of our money. But if it's something we need, like if you look through our garage, right? Like through all of this stuff, if you see something in here that we should probably just go ahead and upgrade it now instead of waiting until later, then I can always do that. But like buying too much random stuff, we won't have any money left. You know, we still got to manage our money a little bit, even though we're giving ourselves money. But I suppose since this is like our subscriber Friday map right now, I mean, we can always give ourselves tons of money and just have all the equipment we could possibly want. You know, have like 1,000 cows or something crazy. I mean, that would be kind of neat, but it'd be a lot of work. Tons and tons of work. You know, because I can give myself as much money as I want. So this could be our like fairly like unrealistic map, I suppose you could call it. Our fantasy map. Where we just simply go crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Richard says take Sunday or the weekend for yourself, Butcher. Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but still at the same time, I do like playing. It'll just, basically it'll kind of depend on, you know, do I have enough time to play? Do I feel like streaming the gameplay? You know, because streaming it, like, there's still, like, there's more requirements, obviously, than just simply sitting down and playing. A bale trailer collector. Okay. 1 million cows. That would take us an awful long time to even buy 1 million cows. I'd probably have to do that off camera if we wanted 1 million cows. I think 1 million is probably a little too far. I think 1,000 would probably be as far as I'd go to start with. That does, I guess if I got enough votes on people wanting 1 million cows, I could do 1 million. That just seems a little bit out there to have 1 million cows. I suppose we could buy a bigger trailer, because these little Marshall trailers, it's going to take me 2 loads just to empty this little this big combine. So I think a trailer is probably something we would look into. You need a bigger trailer. Yep. There we go. All I gotta do is get a subscriber to say it. What bigger trailer do we want, though? Let's see. It'll have to be, there's the Stewart, which holds 23,000. That's about what the combine holds, but it won't empty it completely. And then we could look at standard trailers. Probably anything up to like this. We could get this one. We can get let's go for either the Krumpe or the Flegel. So 40,000 liters or 32,000 liters. Anything bigger than that, like if you go to this one or this one, it's a little bit like you can't really course play it because it can't hardly make it into the grain dump on this map. I might even go in and edit the combine if I remembered it to make it dump faster. But it always depends on how much you can edit, whatever. So it's either the Krumpe or the Flegel. What are we looking at for a trailer? I could at least like double the dump speed on that combine, which would give us a little bit faster. Because if we get it, choose a trailer right now, then I can dump this, park this trailer here at the farm, buy the trailer, and then just take this later and sell it. I don't have to take anything else and sell it now. The Fleagle. There we go. We get the Fleagle. Go ahead and get that right now. Fleagle trailer. So far, this is gonna be like Farm Man Richards Let's Play map. That's what it's gonna end up being. But you know, if you're watching this in the archive and you want to get involved in this Subscriber Friday, I guess then you'll just need to wait till next Friday. I mean, the subscribers will be able to basically pick most of the stuff on the maps, but this is going to be our, like, go crazy, whatever you want sort of map. Not even have to work at it if we don't want to. If I got more than one person in here, more than one person commenting and, you know, whatnot, I should probably get a weight for this right quick. Okay. Weights. What do we want for weights? I'm fairly certain it's probably going to be a mod. So it'll either have to be this one, or this one. I think, Richard, I think you were the one the other day that said Lego weight. Tell me I'm wrong. I wonder if maybe we should pull this with the Massey then, because I'll bet it's got more horsepower than this little case tractor. How much people are watching? I'm not really sure. It still says 0, so I think it's probably messed up on my end. Let's see if I can completely mess up my screens and stuff to refresh this. Yeah, my analytics for some reason says 0. I'm assuming that might have to do with the fact that you came in before, but I know Mark came in, so that should have registered that he was in there. I don't know. Like I said, YouTube's not real. They're still working on this whole streaming thing. It's kind of a fight. So we'll go ahead and put our. Did that mess up? I can't even tell. I think I would have to go around to the other side, I believe. Or anything to put the front porch down? I don't think so. There we go. I don't know how much weight that'll give it, but it might look cool. If it starts lagging us too much, though, we're going to have to get a different weight. Because I have been told that weight, the Lego weight, lags real bad. Trailer sound on? What does that mean? Shift T? Never even... Oh wow, there's like a roaring sound when you turn the trailer sound on. I think we'll leave that off. At least I think that's what it was. Oh my goodness. I didn't think that would happen with this big tractor. And this is a decent sized tractor. It shouldn't be sliding around like that. There we go. We got a new trailer and a new weight, and we're just looking up here. And back in the combine. It says 1 on mine. Okay. I don't know where everybody else is today. Maybe they found a different stream to watch. Maybe they're watching somebody's Euro Truck stream. Even though several of them told me not to stream Euro Truck, because I had suggested that, but it seems like a lot of people are doing the Euro Truck stream at the moment. You know, like I said, they're big farewell or whatnot. They're big to do. Since American Truck Sim is coming out. Now, I will inform you that next week when American Truck Sim comes out, I'm pretty sure I already said this, but when it comes out, we will be streaming some American Truck Sim. Definitely not every day, but I think it comes out Wednesday morning for me. So Wednesday will be American Truck Sim. Well, I don't know. I might not be able to swing it. Maybe Thursday. But it may actually be a late night stream, just to see if I can catch some people out. How much horsepower is the Massey and the case? You know, I'm not really sure. Let's check that. The case platinum. The case says it's 269. The Massey is 380. So the Massey is definitely bigger. Better. I mean, it doesn't mean it's better. You know, it kind of depends. Like that sliding thing may not have to do, that doesn't have to do with the horsepower. I mean, that's kind of like the downforce, like when they wrote the mod. How much downforce they put in it, like how heavy is it, how apt is it to slide. Sometimes it has to do with the way the map is made. You know, stuff like that. American Truck Sim Thursday. It sounds like a pretty decent title. I think when we're done with this, we're going to course plate rake this field, which probably won't happen on the stream because it looks like we may have to. I guess I could rake it myself while the combine's still going. Depends on how big a rake we get, though. That's something to think about because I know the rake we have is just way too small for any of the stuff we want to do. Because we have, well, we'll just go in here. I know where it is. We have this one. So I either want to get the Pottinger or the Crone. Okay, the Crone is 19 meters wide and the Pottinger is 12.5. 19 or 12.5. Crone or Pottinger? Yeah, I'm not really sure how all the scheduling and stuff is going to go necessarily. Most likely Monday's going to be Donnie Gall again, because that's what we did last Monday. And then, like up until something changes, everything will probably, all the days will probably be the same, just to keep it consistent. So that, you know, maybe if somebody wants to tune in, they can, or but I guess I could change it up. You know, it should be on my page all day, what I'm streaming that afternoon or that night for you guys. You know, if you're watching this in the archive and you would like a stream at a different time, because I stream at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Dublin, Ireland time. So if you would like a stream at a different time, like if you live in America and you want to stream at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time or something crazy like that, then just kind of hit me up, because I know there's some streamers that do 7 p.m. and they do pretty decent. You know, they get quite a few viewers in there. Do you have any windrow mods? If you don't, Pottinger. I think I have John Deere mod, unless I got rid of it. I might have got rid of it. Windrower. Nope, I still got the John Deere. 12.5 meters. I guess I wouldn't have got rid of it, because that's what we use on Court Farms. I did delete some of my mods yesterday. Not sure which ones, but I did delete some of them. But yeah, we might try to course play the grain buggy here in a minute, and then get the rake out and start raking. So yeah, then I guess it's between the, now it's between the Pottinger and the John Deere. I'm not really even sure where this map is set, so I'm not sure which one would be standard in this country of origin. John Deere. Let me go ahead and order that from the store and tell him to go ahead and deliver it to the farm and grab a hold of it here in a minute. Alright, John Deere windrower. I got her. I think after probably our second headland, after the second headland's done, then we'll, you see how much lag was there? I don't know how well you'll see it, but there's a lot of lag there. I'm not sure. I'm hoping it's not because of that way. It's in England. Oh, alright. It's probably more apt to be a John Deere. Maybe. I don't know. Not geographic enough. I think what we might do is, since this is our first field, I'll windrow it and then we'll bale it, and then we'll pick it up and kind of store the bales where we need them. We'll round bale it, because generally the stream is quiet tonight. It is. It really is. Like I said, I don't know where everybody is. You know, maybe they got tired of the butcher man. They found somebody better. Found somebody more enjoyable. Mine still says there's 0 people in here. I don't know what happened to Mark. He popped in for a minute and then left. It says my average view duration is 24 minutes. That's probably because a couple of people have popped in and then left. Excuse me. Yeah, we should be able to course play that tractor. Let's go ahead and have this guy start auto combining like a pro. Auto combine, active side left, have him go round and around, and go. Sweet. I'm kind of hoping this works. I would say we'll probably have to fish this guy out of the bushes a couple of times. But the trick with course playing, whoa, is to not do that, I guess. Is to try to start and finish in a spot that you can see the whole field. I think that's the map, the sliding thing, because I'm pretty sure it does that like all the time. Okay, so this is a pretty good spot. See, like if you start here, then anywhere he fills up and decides he needs to go to the grain bin on the field, he's just going to automatically head there. What do we got? Do you have a round bale collected mod? I do. I actually, the one I know I'm going to get, just because it's a lot easier, you probably get to pick the color. I think it's actually a mod by Bullet Bill as well. He's the one that did this map, but he did a mod of a, I'll just go ahead and show you so I don't have to sit here and try to remember what it is. Okay, baling technology. He did a Marshall trailer. Okay, so this is red. Okay, so basically it's between these 4 colors. So green, blue, red, or yellow. All these trailers have automatic pickups on them. And like one of these trailers, like a normal pickup trailer for round bales will hold 8 round bales. This thing will hold like 30. It's like super long, but it'll make it really easy when it comes to collecting bales. Like we might even be able to pick up like almost this whole field all at one time, which makes it super simple. And then like the problem with this map in course play is that trying to get the tractor and trailer into this grain tip point is kind of a pain, especially if your tractor has a really small turning radius. That might work. I don't know. We'll have to see how well course play handles it. What's your favorite color in real life? I'm fairly partial to blue, but when it comes to farming equipment, I'm really partial to green. Like the one I bought on Sandy Bay the other day when I was playing by myself is this one. The green one. I guess when it comes to farm equipment, I'll pick a green thing. Anything green over everything else. Harvesting to 41%. Gotta keep an eye on that combine. Alright, so we gotta try to get down here to the middle of the field, you know, and stop without this thing like freaking out and sliding all over the place. Okay, so you start in a point that he can see from the whole field, and then you try to end in a point that you can see the whole field. Which in this field, since it's like an L shape, you need to do it where it's like almost right in the center. So it's F9. Let's see, F9. We'll do 09 to silo. Save that. Empty combine and offload. Go ahead and pick our combine. I'll go ahead and start him. It says he's at 55%. There we go. Hopefully he doesn't mess it up. We'll get this guy. I'm gonna buy him a normal weight. I don't really want to get. That just flipped over, didn't it? Stupid thing. See, like this is the problem. Like when the modders do this, like where you reset your stuff, and it's on a hill. That's a problem. It's like stuff like this, like especially like the big like double mower that goes on the back. When you reset that, it's definitely gonna flip over. It's just gonna absolutely go crazy. Let's see, hopefully. Alright, he says it says he's transporting and he's loading right now, so he's doing a decent job, I suppose. Pick the green bale collector. Alright. I'll go ahead and buy that so I don't forget. Baling technology. And boom. Sometimes I'll do the whole like going to the store and getting the piece of machinery, but for the most part, I pretty much always just reset it because it's so much easier, and It's kind of a pain to have to go to the store. Alright, set that down. And go. Kind of wonder if we're going to be able to do 2 rows. And if we don't, it's okay. As long as it gets raked. That's the main thing. As long as it gets raked. As far as like running with this combine, the only rake you're going to get to pick up 2 rows, I think, is that big one. That big chrome rake. We got problems over there, don't we? Blocked. What do we got? What's wrong with you? Combine is telling me to stop. No, the combine's on the shoulder, waiting for you to get out of the way. That's issues. He's not even emptied either, so I don't know. We'll give him a second, let him go. Just one of the issues on the farm. Really all we're doing now is just kind of neatening the roads up. Make it easier to pick up with a baler. We could course play this, but that would be a lot easier if the combine was already done. Sell the other tractors that are not mods and get half mod tractors. Get half mod tractors? You mean make sure that half of my tractors are mods, I guess? Well, if I sold all the tractors that are not mods, then all of my tractors would be mods. That looks like he kind of slid around or something. I think Courseplay has somehow changed its programming, especially like in these fields like this where they're not perfectly square. Instead of like trying to drive into the row where the combine was, it like drives in a circle and then resets, which is actually pretty nice. That might be a fix from them getting stuck at the end of the field. Oh, by 1 or 2 mod tractors. Okay, yeah. Sell all the other tractors and buy that are not mods and buy 1 or 2. Okay, we'll have to look into that a little bit. I'm probably not going to do much more selling because that would require me to drive the tractors all the way to the store, which just takes time. Let's see how many tractors we got though that's not mods. 1, 2, 3. I think 1, 2, 3. So we'll be selling 3 tractors. I guess I could do, what I could do is this whole subscriber choice thing is I could just do subscriber farming. That's what I could call it, subscriber farming. Where subscribers get to pick everything we do. And then I don't have to make any choices. It'll make everything a lot easier for me. He seems to be doing a pretty decent job there, doing all that combining. It's about to hit 50%, so we'll see. Hopefully this guy up here with the trailer doesn't like run into a bush. I don't really feel like having to mess with him. And hopefully he doesn't run into me. Kind of heading toward the bush, but we'll see. I suppose he'll probably fix himself. They've definitely changed courseplay quite a bit to where the collisions, like it acknowledges collisions better. Like it's less apt to run into stuff. I've seen a courseplay tractor drive around a tree to keep from hitting it, which is pretty fascinating. Because in FS15, courseplay was just terrible about running into stuff. You know, it would run into a big old barn just because of the fact that it didn't, like, it wouldn't basically admit that it was there or something. I'm attempting to try to create, like, rake a couple of these bits together. I don't know what that would accomplish, but, you know, I'm going to try to do something. The rake's just not quite wide enough. I don't want to go too much into that row on the right, because then it would, you know, cause me to probably skip a bunch. Oh, we got her there. We're doing it a little bit. Oh, he's heading up to dump. Hopefully he comes back from his dumping session. His green dump. See, that's the place where I'm concerned he'll probably get stuck. Is up there at the trying to get into the grain silo. Because he'll probably get stuck trying to get in there. It was definitely a tight squeeze in there. Or maybe we ought to set that combine on going back and forth instead of round and round. I think we'll probably do that. Oh, wrong button. Back and forth. So then he should just run back and forth on this side, I guess. Oh, it says he's unloading. Now he's transporting. It looks like he's gonna do alright. I think he'll be fine. It's kind of surprising that there's not very many people in the stream tonight. I've had at least a few turnout, before, And then I got people that watch my videos. You know, obviously I don't know how much of it they watch, but you know, like the videos I posted a couple of days ago, or a few days ago, they've already gotten 60 something views. Why is that combine stopped? He's got something crazy going on there, doesn't he? We're gonna go ahead and make him go. Sometimes, like, for some reason what it does is since the tractor was coming to dump him and he knew it, then he just is reluctant. He just kind of sits there and waits until the tractor gets there instead of continuing on and having the tractor follow him. It's kind of unfortunate, but things happen. Uncontrollable circumstances. I guess hopefully I at least get people to watch the archive. This might also have something to do with the fact that I didn't have the event scheduled. I didn't have the stream scheduled like all day. That might have something to do with it. You know, maybe the people that normally watch show up in here, like James Rice and whoever else is normally in here. He might have looked and seen that it's nothing was scheduled, and then I guess maybe just figured that I wasn't going to stream today. And they're stopped again. These guys are just a wreck. I'm just going to push you out of the way because you're being annoying at the moment. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just figure this out. Butcher maybe go till 5:30 on the stream because you were late starting. I was late starting? I don't think I was late starting. I started at 3 o'clock. No, I wasn't late starting. It's 4:19 right now, and it says I've been streaming for an hour and 19 minutes. I wasn't late starting. I just hadn't scheduled the event. I definitely can't go till 5:30 today. I can tell you right now, that's not even an option. Like streaming until after 5 on Friday is not even an option ever. That's the one day of the week that I can't push it over, because me and the wife have a Friday date, or a Friday dinner date, I guess you could say. We go out and get Chinese every Friday. So when she gets home from work, we leave like straight away. Like infill, we got to do something. I can tell we got to do something. Oh, yeah. I mean, I understand that, the stream didn't actually pick up and start actually doing stuff until a little bit, until like 3:30 or something. But some things can't be helped. If it was any other day of the week, I would take you up on it. I would definitely push it, just because there was no activity in the stream before, whatever. But since it is Friday, like I said, I can't push it over. That's non-negotiable here on the Butcher Man stream. Do you have any kids? I don't. No kids. It's been discussed and discussed and discussed, and you know, people discuss it with me, and then I get disgusted, and the decision is pretty much always no. There are no little butcher babies running around. I guess if I ever do end up, you know, having a kid, or my wife gets pregnant or something like that, then YouTube will definitely find out, because I'll probably talk about it in the stream like a lot. We'll talk about little butcher babies and, you know, all that good stuff, and about how YouTube's probably going to get put on the back burner because, you know, I have a kid and whatnot. I mean, that is kind of a concern that, you know, at least the people watching this channel should have, is if my wife gets pregnant, YouTube's going to be, you know, definitely way down the list of things that need to be done. But I don't foresee that happening anytime soon. So you YouTube people don't have nothing to worry about. What is he at? He's at 63%. Hopefully this doesn't make him go anywhere. Because if he reaches 90, he's just going to automatically take off. Like that. See? Once your course plate tractor reaches 90%, he's just going to automatically take off and head to the farm. Let's see, where do we want to park this? What would you call the baby? I don't know. Butcher baby? I have no idea. That's definitely not something that's been discussed. I probably wouldn't even decide. I'd probably let the wife decide. But she probably wouldn't like it all, but I'm not really that much of a decisive person. I don't really like making decisions. It's not really very enjoyable in my mind. Let's see, where to park the combine? If this tractor get out of the way, we'll park it right here in the farm. I think probably off camera sometime this weekend I'll go through and sell all the tractors and pretty much all the equipment we replaced, and you know, all that good stuff. I guess we can, where's he at? There he is. Go ahead and dump him and then park him up a little bit somewhere. Do we have that? What do we have? Oh, we do have a round baler. Where's the round baler? I bet it's over at the other farm. Yep. I'm gonna need it over here. And plop. In the shed where the old combine was. Oh, is that the other farm? I can't remember. Yeah, so off camera we'll be selling both of these trailers. We'll be selling the tractors. So we should have a pretty decent amount of money going on. See, I don't know how well that trailer will go on this map, because it is super long. But, you know, it's one of those things. We'll get to it. I do have the bale counter mod. If you look down there, it'll tell us how many bales we put on the field. I'm pretty sure that trailer will hold 30 round bales. I think we'll finish raking first, that way we don't have to stop once we start at baling. I'll come by now. Guess I'll finish this row out like this. It's kind of tough sometimes when you come up like that. Where did I put? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're just going to bale it. Anything that's left over, then we'll rake it. As long as I don't wreck my tractor. Just so we can get busy and put some bales on the ground. There we go. The engine in this thing even picks up when you turn on your PTO, which is actually really cool. It makes it quite loud. Oops, forgot about that. If that's too loud, let me know. I can always switch to a different tractor. I know this tractor is pretty loud. And those bales are going to roll down the hill. That's okay. The bushes do now have collisions on this map. They used to not. How did you think of the name Butcher, man? The Butcher name. That came about when I was playing DayZ, the DayZ mod in Arma. I don't know if you've ever played it. It is a computer game, so if you don't have a gaming computer, I guess you probably haven't. But basically on that game, it's survival. I'm sure you've probably seen videos, but one of the big things on there I like to do was go hunting. You know, granted it was only cows and like goats and, you know, crazy stuff like that, but to me it was cool. I like hunting, and, you know, pretty much all the survival games I have, I always try to stockpile meat because I like hunting and whatnot. And one of the other things I would do on there is I would go around and look for people's camps, and when I would find their camp, like if I found like a group of tents or whatever, if I found anything that belonged to anybody else, I would take what I wanted out of it, or I'd probably take everything out of it, and then I would leave like one piece of cooked bacon, or like one piece of raw bacon. You know, which, I don't know, it was funny to me. It was like my signature, that I'd always leave a piece of bacon in their tent, just in exchange for all of their gear. It's pretty funny in my mind anyway. I think the one thing I don't like about round bales is you have to stop and push it out. The benefit of square bales is the fact that all you do is just sit there and drive and drive and drive, and it just kicks it out on its own. But round bales are the only ones that'll go in the bale shredders, and they do look a lot, like they look pretty neat too whenever you got them all stacked up and stuff. Yeah, that trailer I have, I don't know if you've ever seen it before, but it has an auto load feature, but it also has an auto unload feature that it will put them off in a big nice neat stack and stuff. I suppose what I could do is I could do like 20, if I get like 20 round bales, right, then I could take 10 to each farm, get 20 round bales, and then just do the rest square bales. because you could use the square bales to mix with, and then the round bales to shred. And 10 round bales at the dairy farm, and then 10 round bales at the the beef and pig mod, the beef and pig farm. That would probably last us quite a long time, I would assume. If not, we got plenty of fields to bale more. So we could do actually two different here. I think it sounds like a pretty good plan for today. We only got 30 more minutes left, so I don't know how much we'll get done. Hopefully we can at least do the 20 round bales and get them taken over to the farms. That'd be ideal. I might do more streaming on this farm later. I'd say anytime I have enough time in the evening, I'll probably do 2 streams. I'll probably do one at 3 to 5 and then one at like 9 to 10 or something like that right before I go to bed. Just like an hour, so that people have something to watch that's not 2 hours long or whatever. Because I know some people are pretty kind of reluctant to watch a 2-hour video. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, you gotta kind of think strategically, you know, how do you want to do, because you don't want to, I've done, like what I did on this map before was just crazy. I basically went around and cut every single grass field I owned. But if you look at the map, it is 31, 22, 21, 3, maybe it's all the grass fields. I don't know. I cut a whole bunch of them. I think I bought pretty much most of them, but I went around and cut like all the grass fields. And I can't even remember how many grass bales I got out of it, but I went around and cut all of them. Then I went around and tethered all of them. Then I raked them and baled them. And I had so many round bales sitting around. And I took them all over the dairy farm. It will be like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. Yeah. The 9 a.m. or the 9 p.m. stream won't really be for, it's not necessarily going to be for people to be in the stream, I don't think. Because, like, most of my viewers are from Europe or whatever. So, like, that'll probably just simply be my easy way of recording a video, basically, and then I don't have to do any editing or none of that craziness. I can just stream it and it uploads it straight away, and it'll be just simple for me. If I can get this little bit here, that'd be great. This tractor's turning radius is terrible. I suppose it's because the tires are so wide, but it's still terrible. Alright, so that's 19. So one more and then we'll cut it, we'll get the square baler and run it all through here. So yeah, basically what we'll have to do is we'll have to come with the pickup trailer, the bale trailer, pick up 10 of them, take them to like the dairy farm, and then take the other 10, come pick up the other 10 and take them to the I think we're going to switch to the platinum. This massive, a little hard to handle sometimes. See, the turning radius on it is just atrocious. We'll just leave it there. There's really nowhere I need to put it. The nice thing about this farm, though, like this map, is that that little field where all your vehicles spawn in at, that's a really good place to just kind of store some of your vehicles and equipment and stuff. There's not a whole lot of like building storage, like to put like your tractors and stuff, but I suppose you could grass some of these fields, like that big field right there or something like that. It's fairly flat. You can put grass on it and fill it with, like storage buildings and stuff if you wanted to, because it's right next to the farm. And then if you could edit, you could probably actually get rid of the gate and the bushes and stuff to separate those two fields, and just have one giant like grass field, and then like, I don't know. I'm not real pro at all that. Alright, so this trailer, basically the way it works, if you look up there, hit the 5 key, like the one above your keyboard, and then to toggle load type, which load type right now is straw square bales, so that's not what we want, so we want to hit J, or no, that's automatic, never mind, we want to hit X, product type, hay square bales mix, straw round bale, that's what we want. So we get automatic loading. Now the trick with this is you have to stay below 15 miles an hour, which I have it set at 15 miles an hour. It's actually something kilometers or whatever. Then you drive around and boom, there you go. I think what we're going to do though, try to set my cruise control here so that it actually maintains a good speed. Set it at 14. You go over 15, it automatically shuts off the automatic loading. Alright, so that's 4. This is like kind of cheaty, but it makes it so much easier, especially on these round bales. That's 6, 7. And we should be able to just go out of this gate down here, I think. Or there's actually a thing up on the driveway up there. A way to get out. I don't know. We'll figure it out in a second. That's 9. I want to make sure to shut it off so we don't get more than 10. There we go. Got 10 on there. Now we got to go and unload them over at the dairy farm. So we can make our way out this way. This trailer's really long, but it still handles fairly good. I think when he modded it, he probably should have made it to where the back wheels rotate, like they steer or whatever, just to make it a little bit easier on turning and stuff, so it kind of follow you a little bit better. That would have probably been great. We'll just go ahead and go up to this farm since we're right here. Because as long as this thing is, I mean, unless you're on like a big map, this thing will give you quite a bit of trouble, as big as it is. I don't know. I do really like this map. It's very scenic. Bullet Bill did a really good job on this thing. I do like his maps. He seems like a good modder. I don't know a lot about him, but he seems like a really good modder. He does a lot of good work. You know, like this trailer and this map. And I'm sure I have a whole bunch of mods in my mods folder. You know, for all I know, he might have done this tractor, but I'm not sure. Yeah, like when I mowed all the grass fields, I mowed this and this little bitty thing right there. And I mean, I went crazy with it. And then I took all of them over to the dairy farm. And I was over there stacking them. I got them all stacked real nice and neat. I got most of them in the storage building over there. And I was almost done, for some reason, one of them like messed up or something like that, and the whole thing just freaked out. Let's see. I think we might want to put these bales. We can put them against that wall in there. That'd probably be a good spot. Yeah, because over here they'll end up out, like outside a shed or whatever. So I think it might be better if we just put them in a shed. And the cool thing about this trailer is, like I said, there's an automatic unloading feature, which is pretty nice. And they'll be sitting exactly how they are on the trailer. Let's see if I got too close. Where's it at? Toggle additional weights, unload products. Show unloading help. Hit 6. Toggle unload side, M. Okay, see? So basically, it shows you exactly where the bales are going to be sitting, so it's like super simple. So we want to set them fairly close to this wall, I think. I'm going to get the tractor straight so we don't have to mess around too much. And right there should do it. Unload products. Oh. Look at that. Boom. Stacking like a pro. So now we're going to have some, we'll have shredding bales. And then we get the square bales, we can set the square bales probably on the other side of that shed. I hadn't really thought of that, but it'll work. It'll work out, yo. We're going to get the other 10. We'll take them to the dairy farm. We'll just have bales available to shred everywhere. I probably will play on this map tonight. I think what I'm attempting to do, at least if I can get in the fashion of it, is basically like I stream on Coldborough Park now, and then later this evening I'll probably play some on it, do some work, finish up some stuff, whatever jobs we'd started, and then you know, probably not a whole lot, but it depends on the map or whatnot. Like tonight I'll finish moving the bales if I haven't done that. I'll probably fertilize the field and get it ready for the next planting, you know, different stuff. I would like to get into some corn and some sugar beets and potatoes and stuff, because we haven't actually got into that stuff on any of our maps yet, because we pretty much just now started on most of them. I know Court Farms has been going for a bit, but I've been taking it nice and slow. The stream was literally dead only for me. Yep. I don't know what's up with that, bud. I have no idea. You're my only person today. Maybe it's the map. You know, this map has been out for a little bit, so that might have something to do with it, but I'm not sure. No idea. I'm hoping that's not it, because this is still a really nice map. You know, this is a very nice map. I should have just kept playing my save game on this map instead of getting rid of it. But I don't know. Other maps came out, and I got distracted, and other things came up, and you know, all the work I've done is gone. Let's see. So we got 5 on there, so there should be 5 still sitting in the field. Yep. The stream was literally dead. It was. Nothing I could do about it though. Wish I could. You know, I don't know that I'll ever be famous. I don't know that I'll ever even reach a high number of subscribers, but we voted on it due on Thursday for Coldborough Park. You mean you voted on Thursday for this map? You did. I think we actually voted on Wednesday for this map. We had decided on Wednesday that this is the map that we were going to be working on. So I don't know where they were. I have no idea. You know, I know for a fact we did vote on Wednesday. We voted on Wednesday, and then we also talked about it yesterday to make sure that's what everybody wanted and whatnot, and that's what decided, but I don't know. Maybe they all had something better to do. You know, you never know what's going on with people. You know, maybe they all had something really important come up, or like I said, because I didn't schedule it, that might have something to do with it. You know, they might have went ahead and went to bed or something. You know, it is late over there. You know, it's almost 11 o'clock over there right now. You know, most people might already be in bed. I know it would have started at 9, but he can just wait. This is a farming community. Farmers have the right of way. So we done got cows in the field and everything. That is a nice touch to start with cows, because cows are money. Cows are lots of money. Okay, let's see. Where do we want to put these? Maybe we should put them in that little barn over there. I guess we could put these ones there in that barn. Let's see. Let's toggle the unload. M. What are we looking at? There we go. And then we'll get it in position. You don't want to get too close to those hay bales that are on the right side of this shed, because obviously that's the sell point. Come on now. Fix it up here. Figure out what I'm doing. It's kind of a weird angle with this tree here. There we go. I didn't manage to sell them. That's always good. You start with sheep too. And this trailer here will actually pick up sheep pallets as well. So if we end up just simply pushing the sheep pallets out of the way for a bit, then we can come over and pick them up all at the one time. Because I think this thing will hold like probably 12 sheep pallets or something. It's crazy. 16 minutes till 11. Yep, it's starting to get late. But tomorrow is the weekend. And it's Saturday, so there's no school tomorrow. Yep. That's always good. So do you do school like Monday through Friday? Is that kind of how it works, the same as over here? You'll do school the same days, basically. And then what time is it? Like you do school like, I think you said you start at 9, so you end at what, probably 4? Or is it earlier? I know school's changed since I was in school. When I was in school, it was 8 to 3. You know, there was pretty much no exception to that. You start at 8 a.m., you end at 3 p.m. But ever since then, I think they've started, you know, they start at like 8:30 and 9 o'clock. And, you know, sometimes they'll get out at 2. And it's just like, man, back in my day, we actually had to do like a full day's of work almost at school. I know our country's changed a lot though when it comes to that. You know, they don't want to start at 8 because then the kids have to get up too early, and then they don't want to stay till 3 because then the kids can't do something or other. And you know, I don't mean to get all into that, but that just sounds crazy. I think one of the big things that kind of frustrates me about that, I believe, is You know, they say that they don't want you to get up and be there at 8 and then have to stay till like 3 or something, but that's normal. You know, like when you get out of school, that's what you're gonna have to, what you're gonna be expected to do for the most part, is be at work at 8, stay until 3 or 5 or whenever. If you get to work at 8, you're probably gonna have to stay till 5, so getting off at 3 in school is no big deal. But, you know, it always depends on who's in charge. For the awesome stream, my favorite YouTube, and yes, we start at 9:20 and end at 8. No, 3. It's 3. That's in Ireland now, and in my country school. Oh, okay. You start at 9:20 and end at 3. Or do you just like sit in one class or something? I know different schools do it different ways, but how many classes do you have in a day? Or do you have one class and you go to different stuff like library and English, or like, you know, does one teacher teach you everything basically? I guess if you're 11, then you're probably in, what would that be, like 5th grade? Maybe 6th grade? I don't know how it works over there, but I think that'd be roughly about right. Your age minus like 5, or like 6th grade. It always depends on when you actually started, like Head Start or preschool or something like that. When your parents push you out to school, whether it was at age 4 or 5. All my classes are in one classroom by one teacher. Okay, that's how we do it over here, at least until you get to high school. What we call high school would be 9th grade. I don't know what you'd call it. I think in somebody told me in one country they call it secondary school or something like that. But for us it's 9th grade. Like the last, like 9, 10, 11, 12 are what we call 5th class grade to you. Okay, cool, man. Nice. A good guess. Yeah, it's about the same as over here. Normally, like I said, I think it's your age minus like 5 years is kind of standard. Like 5, 6 years. It always depends on when you start. Some parents will push their kids into Head Start or preschool or something when they're 5, and then others wait, or when they're 4, and then others wait until they're 5. And then some kids just have to redo Head Start because they haven't picked up the letters and numbers and whatnot. I normally don't bale and like store my first field. Normally I just sell it because I need the money, but since we're starting a bunch of money, then what we need is the stuff to start with our cows and whatnot. Because being the butcher man, animals are, you know, I'm trying to make animals a big thing on our maps. That's why on Donegal I just bought like 45 more cows to put us up to 50. We're gonna be rolling in cows and milk and stuff pretty soon. But I guess being the butcher man, I really should be like focusing on beef and pigs and fattening chickens if I got them. Secondary school and the classes are called years, like first year, second year, and so on until 6 of the years. Okay, so I'm assuming you start secondary school in 7th grade. So 7th grade through 12th grade would be secondary school. That's kind of how it is here, but it kind of depends on where you live and how big your school is and all that stuff as to whether you actually start. Like whether middle school is the same as high school, if it's in the same building, if it's taught by the same people. Like I said, it kind of depends on where you are and how big the school is. like I went to a middle school that the high school was like 20 miles away. You know, I went to middle school, and then when I graduated middle school and went to high school, went from 8th to 9th grade, I then had to travel 20 miles to get to school, which is quite a ways. So when I got a car, that was a lot of gas having to drive to school every day. What does it say? Fat and ready for the butcher. We need lots of silage. Yeah, we do. We really do. Normally, to get the silage rolling really quick, what I'll do is I'll cut a bunch of grass. I'll cut a bunch of grass and I'll bale it all up. And then if you wrap a grass bale, it becomes a silage bale. To where if you drop it in a mixing trailer or a mixing whatever, it's silage. So, I mean, that gets you started really quick on the cows and stuff. And then after that, you can, like, you know, do so many silage bales. And then you can fill a pit or something like that. So, we might do that, we might not, I don't know. If you fill a pit and clamp it off, then you gotta sit there and wait for it to ferment. But if you just do the bales, then you'll have silage right away. You'll have it straight away, and then you can just go ahead and start feeding. And we already have a feeding wagon, so that'll make it pretty easy. All we gotta do is get the bales, get the grass bales. So really, to get going on cows is really good. All we have to do is go cut some grass and bale it, wrap it. Because we already have the mixing wagon, we already have the bale shredder. So you're pretty much set up on this farm, ready to go, jump into some cows and some pigs and beef and whatnot. And some few chickens here and there. When I go to secondary school, I'll have to travel 4 miles. Oh, okay. So it's separate, you know. I would say 4 miles in Ireland is comparative to 20 miles in America. I would definitely, you know, wager that. I would wager that they're pretty close to the same, or, you know, 4 miles might actually calculate out to be more than 20 miles in America. Just comparative to size and stuff. But, like, realistically, I don't know how you think of America. Like, as far as I know, most people think of America as just this huge, huge country, which it really is. But being, like, a citizen of America for the most part, we don't generally ever think of ourselves, like, I mean, we live in a big country, but kind of the mindset, at least what I always know, is that you live in a state. Right, so like, I live in America, but I live in Illinois, you know, which kind of sounds the same that if you were to say I live in Ireland and it's part of England or something like that, or Europe. It sounds like it'd probably be the same, but I don't know. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but basically we don't think of ourselves as we're in America and it's this huge, huge place. You know, it is, but it's at the same time, it's like I live in Illinois and I hardly ever leave Illinois. You know, traveling to another state in the U.S. is like traveling to another country in Europe, I would say. It all belongs to the same people, but, you know, it's got different laws, different stuff. It's got borders, not protected or nothing like that, but there's different governing bodies in each state. And it's kind of like 50 different countries almost. You know, they manage themselves, they have their own Congress and all that stuff. 4 miles takes about 10 minutes. Like my 20 miles to school took me about 20 minutes. But that is only because I was out in the country and there was no city, no traffic, no nothing. You just drive 20 miles pretty quick. Just 11 here. Is it? Oh, it's now 5 o'clock. Okay. So we'll be finishing up then. It'll probably be about 10 to 15 minutes till my wife gets home. So we got enough time to finish baling. We won't have enough time to pick it all up, but I'll pick it up off camera and just like stack it all and stuff. Either that, or I might do an hour stream tonight where I do that sort of stuff. But most likely, if I stream on this map tonight, it's going to be grass work. I'm going to mow some grass. I'm going to tether it, rake it, bale it, all that stuff, and then wrap it. But before we go, I got a question for my main man, Richard, since you're my decider tonight. Okay, I'm going to do some grass work. Obviously, we're going to need grass bales, we're going to need silage bales, we're going to need them wrapped, whatnot. And we already have the baler. We have a pickup trailer. We don't own one of these, so either we need to buy one of these so we can wrap the grass bales, wait for it, or I have a mod. Where's that? Baling technology. Okay, I have this mod right here. It's by BM Modding, and I think I've seen Daggerwind use it. You probably have too, because I'm assuming you watch his videos, because I think you've talked about it. But basically, you buy this, you buy these, and whatnot, and then it will make round bales and it will wrap them at the same time. So, since we're doing sub stuff, what should I do? Should I buy a wrapper and all that stuff, or should I buy this baler and this wrapping stuff? And we'll just have this nice big fancy baler for doing like grass bales and silage. And this will probably be just for grass bales, so that we have the option to wrap them or not. What do you think? We're gonna vote with everybody in the stream is what we're doing. And since there's only one person in the stream, it's whatever Richard wants to do. Now that doesn't mean we're gonna sell anything. Okay, obviously these three tractors gotta go because Richard doesn't like them. I'll probably just sell them, and then the next stream on this map, I'll ask the subscribers to pick out 2 tractors, or I might just look through and pick up my own tractors. But this is a subscriber-based decision. The mod for sure, it's awesome. Alrighty, bud. We could probably sell this. You were insistent yesterday that we should sell this on the other map, which this one only has a working width of 11 meters, which is like not very good. So yeah, that's mods, baling technology. Let's get this thing, get it bought, get one of these, get one of those. We're all set now. And it's draping stuff, wrapping stuff. Yeah, got it. Got all 3 of them. Got it ready to go. All right, let's grab that straw right there really quick. We're gonna try to finish this up, and I'm gonna try to get off here completely before the wife comes home. But yeah, I don't know. She's pretty tolerant. She knows how YouTube goes, Holy cow! Look at that big line of cars down there. It's all because one of them decides to stop. I know this map does have that issue sometimes where a car will just randomly stop for whatever reason. Maybe it thinks it was in a wreck or something. I don't know. Oh, there's a bit of straw up there. We better pick that up. We gotta be cleanly. We'll pick that up, then we'll unload. I think looks like we'll have 52 bales total. Alright, pick up that. Hit the O button. We'll unload that bale. And then we'll fold this thing up. That is cool if they let you do that. I would like to kind of see them let you unload the round baler. But, I mean, that's kind of like a thing. You don't want tiny little bales running around all over the place. I don't think it would register very well on here. You're the biggest, you're the best YouTuber, and one of the best American men in the world. Oh, sweet, bro. Thanks. Got that parked up, and we'll probably just leave it sitting here. That's fine. Got the trailer over there, whatnot. All right, I better jump off here. All right, 60 seconds. I don't actually know what the delay is on the YouTube, on the stream, but going black. Gotta get off here. 5:06. I went a little bit over. That's okay. Now it says I have one concurrent viewer. Nice. See, my game for some reason messes up. Alright. Now last night, or the night before or something like that, I had hit my F10 button to stop the stream through my OBS. And then I was sitting there keep talking, and then I realized it wasn't recording what I was saying. So yeah, I need to try to get a cover page designed for Coldborough Park. I need to get a cover page designed for all the streams, but because I already got Donnie Gull. I got the cover page for that, so it's all good. Anyway, if you're watching this in archive, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream or the video. Please tune in to one of the streams sometime, or leave me a comment saying do it at this time, whatnot. Appreciate all you guys do for me, and I'll catch you in the next one. This is the Butcher Man saying have a nice afternoon.